What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about how to run a surplus or a lean bulk. So, as we discussed in the last video, once you got your maintenance calories and have a rough estimate of how to maintain your body weight, what if your next goal is to build size, build muscle, go up in body weight? So, what I would do is I would set your calorie surplus to your level of experience. For a beginner, someone who's new to lifting, I would say you could run at least 1 pound a week of weight gain. And for an intermediate, I would say honestly, just run 1% of your body weight per month. Now that can be hard to do. Like say me, I'm 220 pounds, so that would be 2.2 pounds a month. So that's a little over half a pound a week. That's a lot easier for me, but let's say someone who weighs 130 pounds, gaining 1.3 pounds a month could be hard. But as long as you're gaining half a pound a week, let's say 2 pounds a month, that's okay. You just don't want to go over aggressive. You don't want to be gaining 1 to 2 pounds a week if you're in an intermediate to advanced recreational lifter, natural bodybuilder, whatever your goals are. So let's go back to the beginners. So a beginner, you can gain 1 pound a week. And if you do it right and train effectively, we'll make a video about that as well, how to train effectively. If you do everything right, most of that weight gain will be lean body tissue or muscle mass. So you're at a bigger window to build muscle mass as a beginner, so you can gain more weight more effectively as long as you're training appropriately. Now, as an intermediate, you also have a good bit of gains left in the tank, but the rate of progression will be a lot slower. That's why I recommend only gaining 1% of your body weight or half a pound a week, because when we're gaining weight, fat is not what we want, but fat will come with that weight gain. So as an intermediate, say if you put on 10 pounds in 4 to 5 months or 6 months, and let's say 4 pounds of that was muscle and 6 pounds of that's fat, that's not what we wanted, but for our level, that's very good. And it only takes 6 weeks to diet that fat off, or a little bit quicker if you want to go more aggressive, but it took 6 months to put on that 4 pounds of muscle. And 4 pounds of muscle doesn't sound like a lot until you put 4 pounds of ground beef in your lap and say, okay, I put on a substantial amount of size in half a year. And you already got your beginner gain, so that's just adding to the fire. You're looking more bigger. Now, for an advanced athlete, the problem with gaining too assertively is you don't have much muscle left in the tank. So let's say you put on that 10 pounds in 6 months, you would be happy if 1 to 2 pounds of that was muscle. And that's usually only worth it for the recreational freaks or the competitive natural bodybuilders. So if you're satisfied after hitting the intermediate phase, you could always go back to maintaining your physique, working on getting leaner, building your diet habits. But for the advanced people, you can still gain muscle. It's just going to be at a slower rate. And more fat gain will accumulate over time the longer you run this surplus. So that's pretty much it, guys. And another thing I know you wanted me to touch on is, okay, what should my surplus range be if I'm trying to gain that 1 pound a week or half a pound a week? So once you have your maintenance calories, say you're maintaining your body weight off 3,000 calories, to gain half a pound a week, you only want to be in a 250 calorie surplus per day. So that would be 3,250 calories. Now, if you hit a little bit less, 3,200, or a little bit more, 3,300, that's fine as long as we're in that range, okay? So that's your set calories. I would recommend either 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight in protein. Make sure you're getting enough dietary fat to support your hormones and fill the rest in with carbs. Good carbs, though, not trash carbs. But if trash carbs is all you have and you're not too concerned about health, enjoy. So if you're a beginner and you're trying to gain that 1 pound per week, you're trying to, you know, put on more size quicker, you want to be in a 500 calorie surplus per day. So let's say your maintenance calories is 3,000 calories. Then you want to be in a 3,500 calorie range per day. If you hit 3,400 to 3,600, that's okay. As long as we're in that range, as long as we're gaining weight. And you would do the same thing that I discussed in my other videos. Pick 1 day a week, fasted after you use the bathroom in the morning, preferably naked or in your underwear, and weigh yourself and make sure that the weight scale is trending upwards. If you're gaining way too much, cut your calories a little bit. If you're gaining way too less, up your calories a little bit. That's it for this one, guys. Enjoy.